me and my buddy Lem Parsons, we had a plan. We was going to go duck hunting a couple weeks ago. I hadn't talked to Lem for a couple of days, but he was usually like clockwork. We was going hunting. He's going to be at my house somewhere between 3:45 and 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, on that particular day, it got to be 4:15. Lem wasn't there yet. I got a little worried, so I went ahead and drove over to his place. Walked up to the back door, and he met me at the door with all of his stuff. He said, "Come on, Robert, let's go." Something sounded kind of funny, but he was in a hurry, so we went ahead and took off, headed out of town. I said, "Lem, son, it ain't like you to be running late. What's going on this morning?" He said, "I don't want to talk about it, Robert." Well, now I knew something was wrong. I said, "Lem, are you all right?" He said, "I'm fine, just driving." I said, "Lem Parsons, I've known you your whole life. Something's wrong." I flipped on the light in the cab of the truck there, and I could see it. Just the corner of his mouth was moving. Everything else wasn't coming open. I said, "Lem, son, I'm taking you to the emergency room. I think you're having a stroke." He said, "I ain't having a stroke, Robert. It's a darn steel shot." I said, "Steel shot? You having some kind of allergic reaction or something?" He said, "No, I tried to fry me up some duck to make a sandwich the other night. Well, first bite I took of it, I broke off one of my teeth." He said, "I called up the dentist office the next day and asked them if they could put it back together for me. Robert, they said they was going to have to do a crown. It's going to cost me $795. I said, "What'd you do, Lem? Did you just have them pull it instead?" He said, "Robert, you know I ain't got that many good teeth left. I couldn't afford to lose another." He said, "I just run over to the dollar store and got me a tube of Krazy glue." I said, "Lem Parsons, please tell me you did not try to glue that tooth back together." He said, "No, Robert, it actually worked out pretty good. I got me some tweezers, put a couple of drops of Krazy glue on that broken piece of tooth, stuck it in there, and it went right in place." He said, "I should have left well enough alone, but I could feel there's a little gap in it between the tooth and the broken piece there. And I tried to put me a couple more drops of Krazy glue in there. Well, I squeezed the tube a little too tight, and I squeezed the whole darn tube in the back of my mouth, Robert." I said, "Lem Parsons, son, that stuff's poisonous. It could have killed you." He said, "I know that. That's why I tried to spit it out, but my lips are so dry from sitting there with my mouth hanging open. Well, I glued my whole mouth shut, Robert." I said, "Lem, what in the world did you do?" He said, "I sent Mama a text message. She came over to the house with an old rag and that bottle of turpentine she used to use to take her toenail polish off back when, before she lost them." I said, "Lem, so that don't sound real safe." He said, "Well, it turned out to not be real safe, Robert." He said, I got a little lightheaded from the smell of that turpentine. Well, I knocked the bottle out of Mama's hand. It shattered on the bathroom floor." I said, "Mama, we got to get out of here. We're going to die." He said, "We ran back over to her house and watched a couple episodes of Matlock. By that point, I figured the house was aired out good. Well, I went home, picked up all the broken glass, and I peeled up what was left of the linoleum flooring. It was nearly 1 o'clock by that point, and so I just went on to bed, and I guess I didn't get up early enough this morning. I didn't know what to say. I said, "Lem, I guess I just need to know if you're going to be able to blow a duck call this morning." He said, "Yes, Robert, I'll be able to blow a duck call." Well, we went ahead and hunted that morning. Everything went all right. It's probably 2 or 3 days before I finally seen Lem with his entire mouth open. When I did, though, I said, I got to see that tooth, Lem. He showed me. I got to admit, even with all that crazy glue on it, that was still best looking tooth he had in his mouth.